Every asset will be controlled except this one asset. This video highlights the value proposition for an asset class to be censorship resistant. In modern day and age, it is very obvious that we are headed towards a world that's controlled by a select few powerful entities. The existing systems of our society, such as financial systems, healthcare systems, and educational systems, are constantly being upgraded to enforce more controls on the people. With the advent of technology, it has become far more easier to enforce these controls. When it comes to placing controls or censoring someone, the first line of attack is usually financial censorship. There are many examples of that in our modern day and age, where the US places sanctions on Russia or Iran and seizes their assets to cripple their economy. The same can be done to an institute, such as WikiLeaks back in 2011, or it can be very easily applied on an individual by seizing their bank accounts, like the Canadian truckers in 2022. Once your ability to access your money and transact with it is taken from you, then you are powerless and essentially a slave to whoever has the power to seize your assets. However, there is only one asset out there that cannot be controlled or seized by anyone. This asset has no counterparty risk and it is controlled by no central party. It's the first digital decentralized asset in human history, and it's called Bitcoin. Before we talk about Bitcoin's anti-censorship properties, let's talk about some of the most commonly known financial assets and their censorship properties. Number 1, real estate. Real estate is physical and non-portable, which makes it very easy to seize. Real estate can be easily taxed through capital gains as well as property taxes, and can be seized if taxes aren't paid on time or for any other reason deemed legitimate by your state. Number 2, stocks and bonds. Stocks and bonds are controlled through an intermediate party, such as stock brokerage, and can be easily confiscated. They're not a fully sovereign asset. Number 3, gold, silver, and cash. Gold, silver, and cash are physical in nature and non-portable, can be easily seized by the state if deemed necessary. The important point here is this: if any asset can be easily seized or censored, then it's easy to control it via inflation and taxation. Inflation also dilutes your asset, which is another form of control. Now, gold and silver aren't that easily controlled via inflation. However, they are still easy to seize since they are physical. Bitcoin, however, is the only asset class that can't be seized or censored. It cannot be inflated because there is no one central party that decides the issuance schedule of Bitcoin. It can't be taxed without the consent of the asset holder. It's the only asset that will be free of controls amongst the many control systems that are yet to arrive, including CBDCs. This is the first time in human history where we have invented an asset that incentivizes the two parties to have a consensual agreement, instead of using brute force to acquire the asset. Bitcoin challenges the monopoly of the existing financial system that keeps getting bigger via inflation and placing more controls on its users. Only time will tell if Bitcoin can defeat the existing giant monetary monopoly.